Greetings, colleagues. Greetings, fellow hosts, Maynard and Divesh. And greetings to our listeners. Welcome. This is Commercial Radio Worldwide, the mind, the journey, the destiny. We apply our mind to the journey that takes us to our destiny. My name is Sam Zima. I am a host of the show together with Maynard Maisela and Mutilal. We basically not just hosts, but we are the subject matter experts on the topic. And the topic is coming from our weekly digital online streaming mastery development program or show that addresses number of conducts that we need to observe as the hosts of shows. This is the African online radio station with a global reach. We are streaming live here from Johannesburg in South Africa, Mzansi, to the entire world. You can access our radio online. You can go straight to Commerza GOC, commerza-goc.com and be connected to us there, or you can stream directly from commerzaradioworldwide.com. You can also go to Commerza Radio Worldwide, mobile.com, Commerza Radio Worldwide, standard.com, Commerza Radio Worldwide, playlist.com. All those links will bring you into touch with us and be part of our show. We follow the principle called the idea. We inform and entertain, develop and educate, empower and support, associate and network. That's the idea. The purpose is to affirm and support business people, entrepreneurs, professionals, and in this case, the professionals in the streaming industry. Our responsibilities are to build the ecosystem, empower our stakeholders, collaborate across sectors, share some insights and knowledge, and of course, build a base for succession for those who really want to join the industry. So, yeah, greetings, Divesh. Greetings, Maynard. Say hi to our listeners before we can introduce the topic, which is a follow up to our article yesterday at the trainer session. Over to you, Divesh.
Greetings to you, Sam, and greetings to you, Maynard, as well as the listeners that we have on our platform. My name is Divesh Motilal. I'm an engineer. I'm a artificial intelligence expert. I'm a resident DJ on Cometsa, and I'm a graduate of the Cometsa's digital online streaming mastery program. And I'm looking forward to the show today. In particular, Sam, um, my mom was visiting me, and she was saying to me today that she wanted to do a prayer to
Yeah,
honor the ancestors, just for the sake of being showing gratitude in terms of health, wealth, and general well-being. So I do feel today I have myself having gone through an affirmation process
yeah.
where we've given thanks to the ancestors so that our forward path can be opened. So I'm extra excited tonight. Thank you, Sam.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing with us about the few rituals that you had to do. It's always good to connect with those who paved the way before us, those who brought us to this earth. It's a good thing that your mom reminds you of that. Thank you so much for sharing, Divesh, and I'm glad you are being affirmed as to who you are. Over to
Indeed.
you, Maynard.
Oh, good evening, Tarisam. Good evening, Divesh, and good evening to our lovely listeners out there. Well, my name is Maynard, the director at Mysala Corporate Branding. Yes, Tarisam, to me, myself, I had a very busy week from yesterday. Yeah, I had a very busy week, and I can see it's going to be like this, something towards the end of the week. Otherwise, We are here on the Digital Online Mastery Show as always. So definitely today we are going to affirm and motivate each other.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know because you are an entrepreneur who is quite busy out there delivering services and solutions. I always expect that we have to lift you up a little bit, but I know you are always responsive. By the end of the show, that energy level will be high and vibrating at the same level with all of us and our listeners. Maynard?
Yeah, today I'm the one who actually need that affirmation and motivation. I definitely need that one myself. I mean, like, yeah, it's not an easy week for me.
Yeah,
So, but I hope definitely at the end of the show I'll be back to my feet.
Yeah,
yeah,
and I think Sam, the Maynard's putting a challenge to us that we must show that what we are preaching can actually work for ourselves. So challenge is accepted, Maynard.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, now we know the kind of affirmations we're gonna make him say them after us. I hope you have those affirmations lined up. So when we get to them, we're gonna make you say those affirmations. Yeah, welcome. There, my name is Sam, as I've said, and I'm gonna hold the space together with my colleagues here. Sit back and relax. Enjoy your favorite drink this time of the evening, whether it's coffee, tea, hot chocolate, or whatever stuff you take, please feel free. As long as you are fully present with us, we are happy. Even water is healthy, you can have it. But make sure that you have a pen and a paper or your digital notepad, because I think there's a lot that we are going to be deepening following on yesterday's show. But more so, please have fun. This is a fun way of learning. So, yeah, the topic, colleagues, it's about affirmations and motivation that you need to master and apply pre-show, during show, and post-show. This is particularly Unit 11, Conduct 6 of our digital online streaming mastery program. And this is the part of the Train the Trainer initiative. We are the graduates of the digital online streaming mastery show program that we held in 2020, 2021. We are now preparing ourselves to share this knowledge with everybody else that chooses to become a practitioner in the digital platforms in the streaming industry, because we do believe that this is the industry of the future. And we do believe that over time, the standards are going to be quite tough. And in fact, we should be the ones that are going to be setting those standards. And I have no doubt that we have started on the right path. So reflect for me, Maynard and Divesh, from yesterday's conversations as a way of introducing the topic or the conversation.
If I can go in there, Sam.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, a lot was discussed yesterday, but just to ease into the topic, for me, affirmation and motivation is a vital part of the digital online streaming mastery program which Comezzo offers. But not only so, it is also something that, as an individual, as a person who would like to grow and overcome some of those challenges which life does present to you. It's skills that you could harness and develop, which could help you from that perspective. But indeed, it's a skill and talent which you need to develop to pull that into your digital online shows, Sam.
Indeed, indeed. And we did say yesterday that it is interesting that the same techniques that you use when you are holding the space in a show are the same techniques that you will use when you are doing coaching. And those who are coaches will know why affirmations are so much used in coaching. But when you become a master, the way you apply them is not as blunt and as direct as we do it in this train the trainer. It is more in terms of you being very fully present, connected with the client, and even sensing the feelings and the emotions that are evoked in between, and deciding that the energy is a bit low, and then applying the knowledge in a way that then makes the speaker confident and be lifted up. So that is really more about the application that we are focused on, although we give you the content, but the ultimate is the ability to apply it and achieve the results you want to achieve with your partner, who in this case could be your guest. Maynard?
Yes, it's definitely, and that is the affirmation part of it. He definitely has to work with the how the guest respond. Like if maybe a guest arrive, he can arrive with maybe a low energy like myself today, and definitely along the show you need to pick such. Sometimes you might not pick up the energy level of the guest as they arrive, but along the show you wanna definitely pick up that the energy level is low, and it's our role to affirm and make sure that we keep the show running at the very same energy level.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, the first objective is connection. As you will agree with me, having hosted many shows, the success of any show hinges on the connection between yourself, the host, or the anchor, and the guest. It's not really that the guests bring magic into the studio, which is just basically knowledge, but you have to have that connection, and you they must resonate at the same level. You and the guests, you must resonate at the same level as we have mentioned, and that task requires a heightened level of consciousness in terms of energy vibration, and the ability to decide what level of energy you are at, and the level of energy of your guest, and then do something so that you are aligned. Invariably, you are not going to want to go to whoever's level is low. You're going to lift it. And unfortunately, if you happen to be the host and your energy level is low, you obviously can't expect the guest to know how to lift you up. And that's where self affirmation comes in. And that's exactly the challenge we're throwing back at men. So sometimes you're not going to be affirmed by people around you because they may not be at the level of competency as you are, but therefore you need to be able to self discover and then self affirm. And that comes with practice. It's not easy when you are in the deep to pull yourself out of the deep. So therefore, this connection is almost like a measurement unit, and that will make you wake up to realize that you are actually pulling the guest down, Divesh.
Indeed, Sam. And I know the listeners and even myself, when I was first introduced to the concept of affirmation, when we talk about broadcasting in particular, we could find it very daunting, and you could find it a bit confusing as well to understand how does it actually fit in to a broadcast show. I mean, you bring in your host, you have your topic, and you're supposed to just talk. But it's not as easy as that, Sam. As you've rightfully mentioned, that you could select a guest with a certain type of energy level. You could have planned, and planning, as we've articulated in our various other shows, is of utmost importance. But come the day of the show and you are live, and it could be you who has that low energy level, or it could be the guest who's had some disruption in the day and it's upset his mood. Or it could just be one of those days where they just feel as if there's a grey cloud that's come over. So, yes, indeed, the Kometsa Digital Online Streaming Mastery Program, we will definitely show you the skills, teach you some of the tools of how to affirmate yourself,
Mm.
and then be able to pick up those little vibrations that you'd get from your guest, from your your co-host if need be, so that you can then apply your skills to actually pick up the whole vibration of the show, which should not translate towards your audience, Sam.
Yeah, indeed. And always keep in mind that among your listeners, there is a mix of those who are high in terms of energy and those who are low, depending on their days. And you may not know, but you must just always keep that in mind. That if you don't lift your energy, your audience might just feel not assisted by you, irrespective of the topic that you are handling. And that brings me to what is the outcome of a good self affirmation or affirmation of the other? And the answer is the motivation. The reason why we say don't just focus on the conversation and the topic, focus on the state of being of yourself and the guest, and make sure that the guest is highly motivated to be at their best. While the guests may be a professional who can affirm themselves, we as the channel and the production team cannot control their initial state upon arrival. So they might be very good in self-affirmation, but they might be so low and we may not know, and that's why we need to be able to pick it up as quick as possible. So because once they are in the studio, your professionalism should allow you to positively influence their energy level, as I said, without any form of manipulation and mainnet. So we are actually now saying to you, now you need to be really on your toes. We are not only interested in your ability to engage in conversation, we are also interested in your ability to sense what's going on and then inject energy in your guest so that people can enjoy listening to it. Menad?
Yes, definitely. As Divesh has mentioned, it starts with the self affirmation because as the host, you definitely need to find the self affirmation and work around that route. Because if you can't find the self affirmation, you won't be able to motivate your guest as well to pick up along the line. So the self affirmation is a key factor in this regard, in a sense that if a guest his mood have changed during the day before the show, you need to pick it up. And I think it goes also back to the preparation before the show. You need to know your guest very well before you go to the show. In that case, it's gonna help you as well to pick it up if your guest is it didn't have a good day. Then you'll be able to work it around in that sense. And going back to the motivation, for sure, definitely you need to be able to motivate the guest itself and even yourself, like before the show, because obviously your guest won't know how you are feeling or how you used to work or how you used to host the shows. Your energy level, your guest might not know your energy level. So the role of the host in this regard, it's very important. You definitely need the self affirmation from the beginning.
So, what techniques can we share with the listeners and our learners in terms of practicing affirmation?
Well, some of the techniques, Sam, is the use of positive words, positive phrases, but also, we have to have some abilities which comes from knowledge and understanding.
Mm,
Uh, but even that knowledge and understanding, it can develop with the experience. If you were on the Cometsa Digital Online Streaming Mastery Show or program, rather, and as for, of course, our show that we're presenting tonight, you will pick up some of that knowledge and things that you should look out for in terms of, like Mena had mentioned, your guest or your co-host, for that matter, could have a tone which is very low from his usual tone, and you could also pick up from some of the words that he's using that he needs that affirmation, he needs that motivation. Sometimes as well, you would have a guest, for example, who's such an expert, but is unaware of his expertise. And then he would actually have a level of high expertise, but he might be not confident in his abilities because he's doing it without having awareness of that. So using positive words, phrases, could really help him come out of that moment of nervousness even.
Mm.
So those are things that we could look at, some positive words and phrases.
Yeah, yeah. It is actually highly recommended that you use positive phrases. I have never heard somebody being affirmed by negative words and phrases. It already tells you that affirmation is actually a positive thing, and it's very intentional when you use that. You want to motivate.
It's interesting as well, Sam, if I can just add to your point, that like we had mentioned earlier, that the skills that we're trying to share with our listeners, and we go into it in depth in terms of the digital online streaming mastery show and program that Cometsa offers. The aspect of negative words and phrases, often in individuals, in relationships in particular, you do get parties who actually use that to empower themselves by holding others down. And this skills that we are talking about, Sam, you rightfully said right in the beginning, is actually stuff that comes from psychology. It comes from the coaching space, the mentoring space. So it's definitely very powerful, and it's skills that people will need to learn firstly and then develop with experience.
Yeah. Let's use some of the practical example in real life situation. Uh, have you watched the All Blacks rugby team, how they start their games?
Yes,
They do a haka, right?
yes,
And that is Maynard. Have you watched the Liverpool play? I'm a Liverpool supporter, so fan. So please apology if you're not a Liverpool fan. What happens when you are at Anfield and there's few minutes before the game starts? Maybe I've asked you a question that you are not as familiar with, because I don't know whether you do watch the games. Divesh, have you watched the Liverpool games 5 minutes, 2 minutes before the start?
no, not really, Sam.
There is a famous singing that happens, and the actual officials will wait for the full song. You shall never walk alone. Is it there's a that song? I think they said this
Yes,
is Enfield.
yes,
Yeah, it is already acceptable. That is the culture of Liverpool. But if you look at it, many teams do all those rituals before 2 minutes before the show. Some they just make a scrum and then they pray. You understand? Some they give each other a high five. It is the whole idea you are affirming and motivating. So what is your ritual when you are about to face a difficult situation in terms of self affirmation? That's what we are saying to people. Some people do count three and then they breathe deep and then do some stretches. So that's actually the applications that we are asking for. Don't try to be a superman and superwoman and think that you pretend that you don't have fears. We're all human beings who have fears. You need to have just a way of affirming yourself so that you can face and befriend your fears and start the show very well. So therefore, the purpose of positive affirmation is to help you to overcome the negative thoughts or fears that may lead you to self-doubt, a practice that's really very greatly beneficial in this setup of hosting a show. We now all know that it's acceptable to be fearful. But what we will not apologize, we will not excuse you for, is to do nothing about it. Maynard?
Mm, mm. No, definitely understand. Like in every situation that you are confronted with, you need to make sure that you affirm yourself in a positive way, that this is going to be done, whether come dark or blue, but this has to be done.
Mm,
And if you can have that positive spirit,
mm,
already you affirmed yourself, and there's no challenges that will come your way, and and disturb you. I just triggered by like what happened to me last week. Last week I had this other order that I was supposed to dispatch, and unfortunately I didn't dispatch it in time. Because usually, like if the order is going far, I create a shipment with some other courier companies, and I created the shipment very late, and only to find that the shipment can only be delivered the following week, which is this week, and the client expected the order on weekend. And I realized that I actually created the shipment, it was very late. But I told myself, you know what, this order will have to arrive on weekend. I had to cancel that courier and made other means. And it was not an easy option because I knew that I might fail the client along the lines. But luckily, I had to make an alternative. It was not an easy decision to make, but I knew, I just affirmed myself that this order has to arrive.
Mm.
I don't know how, but it will have to arrive.
So you took a positive approach to it, and you never allow anything to stop on your way to get it fixed, right?
Definitely,
So that
definitely,
was self
definitely.
affirmation there. That
Yeah.
it can be done and it will be done and it got done.
It got done. Like on Friday evening, the order was on the other province. Then I was like, wow, that's how it is.
And what were the lessons from that?
Sure, that you definitely need to stick to your time frames, because usually I think with that order was that like I undermined it, because I just kept saying, no, it's a small order, I will do it. It's a small order, I will do it, up until the time is catching up with me. The day I
So,
finished
so
the
you
order,
were
it was already late.
procrastinating.
Yes, yes. I think that's what killed me on that one.
Yeah, let's follow through on and let's follow on that practical example and talk about the real application of affirmation, because it's one thing to talk about is tools like affirmation and self motivation, but it's another thing to be able to apply them when you need them. And in this case, let's talk about the application of affirmations pre the show, during the show, and post the show. Divesh.
Yes, Sam, I think as well, one of the things that we've mentioned in quite a few of our shows previously is that you got to have to be motivated, and you got to plan and stick to your plan as best as possible. That way, it also keeps you, hands length away from things not going the way you plan them to. But if it does happen that something doesn't work according to your plan, then you got to have that self acclamation affirmation built in to motivate yourself to look for an alternative so that you can get back on track, Sam.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's very intentional, the application of affirmations, and also supporting the point you raised that this comes out of psychology. You you tell your subconscious mind that this I can do. I can lift my spirit up, irrespective, and and look at the universe and the environment around you to say nobody actually is all out to make you fail. Nobody's all out to put obstacles between you and your goal. The obstacles are in your mind, and the
That's
subconscious
for
mind
sure.
has got the way of actually giving you exactly what you are actually perceiving. So if you say, "Listen, come on, I'm going to wake up. This is going to happen," your subconscious mind will reply to you and say, "Yes, indeed, it will happen." But if you say, "Yo, I'm done and finished," it does the same. You say, "Look, yeah, you are done and dusted and finished," and then it makes you physiologically you have no energy to carry yourself.
No, that's for sure. That is it's just more like when you have got a client or a guest that is for their first time on the studio. The client will come with a stage fright, they will be terrified, and they wouldn't know how to approach the shows. And in that regard, you need to sit the guest down and affirm them that, well, you're gonna do it. Take it easy, take a deep breath. It's just more like a talk show. Don't worry. Just take it that you are going to have a conversation together. So in that case, you put the guest at ease as well to approach the shows, other than just to leave them terrified that they are going online, they are going on air, and they don't know what to expect. So in that regard, you definitely need to affirm your guest as well.
Mm. Mm.
And
And now,
I,
yes,
and I
yes.
think as well, to Maynard's point, Sam, the affirmation is again throughout your process, like you also outlined pre-show. You got to also make sure that you affirm your guests, have them being at ease in terms of how you're going to run the show, what is the expectations. But of course, you do keep some of the questions and ideas to yourself till the show actually comes about, so that
Mm.
the show doesn't become too much of a script. It's
Mm.
got to actually flow and feel a bit natural, as well as keep your guest on his toes, so that the audience can actually sense that vibration, that it's a conversation that you're having with your guest, not you and him reading from a script completely. And then of course the affirmations pre the show, it's about again getting the confidence levels and expectations right in terms of what's expected from the guest, which then of course must flow into the show while it's actually on. And then affirmations again after the show even, so that you maintain that level of respect for your guest, so that they may come back to your show again one day, or even when you are promoting in our situation, we generate podcasts from the live shows. You would want your guests to have that positive affirmation, so that they can also promote the show going forward, Sam.
And look forward to come back.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah. I like a post show affirmation, and the reason being that if you don't do that, your guests go away with a lot of self critique, self judgment, and you might have actually destroyed their self worth by not actually giving them that praise. But the key thing, Maynard and Divesh, is that you have to be authentic in affirming people. If there is really a lesson, a mistake they've done that you want to address, don't shy away from mentioning it, but also make them focus on the positive side of that mistake, because we can only learn from mistakes and our failures, especially if they were in the studio for the first time, right?
Yes, definitely. Like we need to affirm them that there is no right or wrong. I mean, like so that they can be motivated. Otherwise, you're gonna leave them like not knowing they've whether they've done it right or whether they've flumbled on the show. So you just need to keep on motivating them in that role. That no, you know what, we made mistake, we acknowledge the mistakes, and then we learn from mistakes all the time, and then we carry on from there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk about the. I think we have implied the benefits of affirmation, but are there any concrete benefits that you will want to bring up over and above what we have already alluded in terms of what is the benefit of affirming self and affirming others?
I think benefit of affirming self is you make sure you can deliver your very best without you being your worst enemy or self worst enemy. In that you always look at the positive side of any situation to be able to grow, and for yourself to be able to uh, find the best route for your self development, Sam.
Indeed, indeed. Nenat? Yeah. So let's practice a little bit. This time it goes past so fast, and this topic is so interesting. Let's go to the actual how people actually train themselves to become aware and conscious of affirmation, and what kind of phrases that we can use. I visited the site called She Owns Success, and it's www.sheownssuccess.com. And they've shared a couple of powerful phrases. But because of time, I want us to focus on their 50 affirmations. And next to them, I've written here in bold the nouns or the sort of like call them the nouns that from which then you derive affirmation. I've put here like confidence, destiny, love, pride, possibilities, abundance, and persistence. So I think I've shared this with you, colleagues. Maybe let's use this remaining time to practice. It's going to sound a little bit funny, but I hope you enjoy the fun. So I'm going to start. Just say the first 10, and maybe Divesh, you can take 11 to 20. You have the affirmations, right?
Yes.
11 to 20, and then Maynard take 21 to 30, and then I'll take 31 to 40, and then someone, then we almost done, or even to 50, depending on time. And let's see how it sounds. So I'm gonna start with the first 10 and say the affirmations. You don't have to say them after me. I'm the one that is now affirming myself, and you just listen to my affirmation. Yeah. I am confident. I am fully in control of my destiny. I have all that I need within me. I am surrounded by love. I have confidence in every decision I make. I am proud of myself and my achievements. I choose what I become. I am in control of my reality. My possibilities are endless, and abundance surrounds me. Oh, that's overwhelming positive statements. I can sense it in my system. Over to you, Divesh.
Thank you, Sam. I am free of self doubt. I am persistent. I am intelligent. I am grounded. I am blessed. I am powerful. I am strong. I am brave. I am bold. I am fearless.
Wow. Please repeat them, Divesh. Please repeat and allow break in between each of them by just breathing in and out and then say the next one.
No problem, Sam. I am free of self doubt. I am persistent. I am intelligent. I am grounded. I am blessed. I am powerful. I am strong. I am brave. I am bold. I am fearless.
How do you feel the difference? How is do you experience the difference between breathing in between and saying it continuously?
The breathing definitely helps it. Feels as if it's in your gut. It's coming from a deeper area of your body.
Well, you allow it to sink through it.
Yes, as opposed to it just being verbal, it's something from inside your body.
Beautiful. Maynard, over to you.
Yes, let me affirm myself and say, I am unstoppable. Every challenge is a gift. Things are happening for me. I am worthy of greatness. I am worthy. I trust my intuition. I believe in myself. I am creative. I am enough. I am a leader.
Wow. How does it feel, Minat?
I feel like a leader.
Were you breathing in between?
Yes, I was trying to breathe in between. Hope it was enough, but yeah, no, I definitely it feels like it definitely a self affirmation.
Beautiful. Let me carry on. I am aware of my abilities. I am fully in control of my thoughts. I am in control of my feelings. I have the power to create change. I choose to be happy. I am capable of achieving anything I want. I am unique. I deserve the best. I see challenges as an opportunity for growth. I love myself as I am. Wow, they get deeper and deeper. Wow. Self-talk is so impactful. Wow. Divesh, take it to the last, up to 50.
Thank you, Sam. I trust my inner wisdom. I am capable and competent. I am getting better every day. I approve of myself. I accept myself. There are no blocks I cannot overcome. I am open to new experiences. I will always find a way. I love and respect myself. I got this.
Wow.
Sam.
How does that last one sound? I got this.
Now I'm going to play Lotto now, Sam.
Yeah. So we were affirming ourselves. Let us now affirm each other and let's affirm our listeners. Listeners, please tune in. I'm now going to affirm you, and then my colleagues will continue until we've done up to 50. I start with the first 10. You are confident. You are fully in control of your destiny. You have all that you need within you. You are surrounded by love. You have confidence in every decision you make. You are proud of yourself and your achievements. You choose what you become. You are in control of your reality. Your possibilities are endless, and abundance surround you. Take it from there, Divesh. Affirm them.
Thank you, Sam. And this is for the listeners. You are free of self-doubt. You are persistent. You are intelligent. You are grounded. You are blessed. You are powerful. You are strong. You are brave. You are bold. You are fearless. Over to you, Maynard.
Yes, to the listeners, this one is for you. You are unstoppable. Every challenge is a gift. Things are happening for you. You are worthy of greatness. You are worthy. You trust your intuition. You believe in yourself. You are creative. You are enough. And you are a leader.
Wow. I hope they feel it. Let me take it there. You are aware of your ability. You are fully in control of your thoughts. You are in control of your feelings. You have the power to create change. You choose to be happy. You are capable of achieving anything you want. You are unique. You deserve the best. You see challenges as an opportunity for growth. And you love yourself as you are. Divesh?
You trust your inner wisdom. You are capable and competent. You are getting better every day. You approve of yourself. You accept yourself. There are no blocks you cannot overcome. You are open to new experiences. You will always find a way. You love and respect yourself. You got this.
You got this. Great. Let's affirm ourselves now together. Ourselves, the producers, the hosts, and the guests. Affirm ourselves, and I'll start. We are confident. We are fully in control of our destiny. We have all that we need within ourselves, within us. We are surrounded by love. We have confidence in every decision we make. We are proud of ourselves and our achievements. We choose what we become. We are in control of our reality. Our possibilities are endless, and abundance surrounds us. Divesh?
We are free of self-doubt. We are persistent. We are intelligent. We are grounded. We are blessed. We are powerful. We are strong. We are brave. We are bold. We are fearless. Over to you, Maynard.
Thanks, Divesh. We are unstoppable. Every challenge is just a gift. Things are happening for us. We are worthy of greatness. We are worthy. We trust our intuition. We believe in ourselves. We are creative. We are enough. We are leaders.
We are aware of our abilities. We are fully in control of our thoughts. We are in control of our feelings. We have the power to create change. We choose to be happy. We are capable of achieving anything we want. We are unique. We deserve the best. We see challenges as opportunities for growth. We love ourselves as we are. Yes.
We trust our inner wisdom. We are capable and competent. We are getting better every day. We approve of ourselves. We accept ourselves. There are no blocks we cannot overcome. We are open to new experiences. We will always find a way. We love and respect ourselves. We got this. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. Wow. So, by way of reflection and checking out, I'm going to use the 6 steps of self-development that comes from mindtools.com, www.mindtools.com. We learn about these recommended steps for developing yourself through the application of affirmations daily. It is recommended that you don't do more than 3, but you do it 3 times in a day. So you don't do it more than 3 times. So we've done it 3 when we were affirming ourselves, myself, and then affirming somebody affirming you, and then affirming ourselves. Here are the steps. Step 1, think about the areas of your life you would like to change. And in this case, it may be about overcoming the fear of being featured as a guest in a talk show on an online radio station like the one we are on now. Step 2, ensure that your affirmations are credible and achievable. We recommend short, punchy, and easy to remember words and phrases. That's exactly what we have done. You don't have to memorize it, you can have them written down, because the whole idea is for the phrases, these positive words and phrases embedded in your subconscious mind, influence your practice until it becomes your way of being. Step 3, turn negatives into positives. Affirmations are future-oriented and are about positivity. Negative words will attract negative energy and sabotage your development and growth. That's why we don't use them as affirmations. Step 4, when you write your affirmations, say them in the present tense. This is what we exactly did. Affirmations are about now. You must be present when you say them. This includes recognizing the emotions and the feelings that they evoke in you as you are saying them. Step 5, as you say the affirmations, connect them to the feelings and emotions you are experiencing. Name such feelings and emotions quietly and associate them with the words and the phrases. And the last step, step 6, if you are struggling, consider the 21-day affirmations practice until you have mastered the practices. This is rooted in the psychological theory that says it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Those are my closing remarks, colleagues. Over to you, Divesh and Maynard. Please reflect on your experience of this practice and at the same time say goodbye to the listeners.
Thank you, Sam. What I would like to take away from tonight's show was that the affirmation and motivation module that we've been talking about, part of the Cometsa's digital online streaming mastery program, it will teach you skills to develop the affirmation and motivation, not just for yourself, but being able to take those into your life and into your online shows. But also, it is something that is very emotional. Once you really embed yourself into these practices that we were talking about, it could really change the way your life is. It could really help you overcome a lot of other challenges over and above that which we are saying we can apply them to your digital online programs and podcasts that you would make. So that for me is very powerful, Sam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Divesh. Maynard?
Thanks so much, Divesh. Thanks. There's yeah, self affirmation. It's just so deep. What I can say to me out of this is that we need to take this as our daily prayer. It's a very deep concept to affirm yourself on a daily basis. My takeaway on this is that we definitely got this.
Yeah.
We have got this, and we need to affirm ourselves on a daily basis in every challenge that we go through, in every fear that you are going through. If we invite you as our guest, go through this prayer and affirm yourself that I'm going to do this tonight, and you'll be a guest, a great guest. I thank you
Indeed.
in that deserve.
Thank you. Indeed. And of course, as we go deeper into this mastery show, online streaming mastery show, integrating it with our Lekgotla conversation philosophy, which is the African methodology that we use a lot here at Cometsa, you will find yourself actually being able to lead the conversations. And at this point in time, let me announce that next week, Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be looking at unit number 12, conduct number 7, which is exactly about leading the conversation. Now that we are conscious and aware of how to bring ourselves to the right level, we will now consciously now engage in leading the conversations with these tools in mind. And that unit is going to steer the conversations effectively, maintaining the engagement at the right level, and really taking your facilitation level to the highest level. And we will touch during this unit also on the principles of the Lekgotla that many of you are familiar with.